Hello, welcome to tonight's episode of the Group Therapy Podcast. Tonight's episode, I'm here.
Hello.
And Brandon's back.
I got a root beer float.
And I got iced tea, which I always have iced tea.
If Dad doesn't have iced tea, assume you're talking to an evil clone of Dad, and you have to fight and kill him.
Oh, no, the thing the other day was I'm sitting there at the shop, and Tim goes, "Hey, I'm going to McDonald's. You need anything?" I'm like, "Yes, I need a large cup of iced tea." He goes, "Iced tea?" I was like, "Yeah, it's like $1." I was like, "Can you get me one?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, because I'm about to become unpleasant because I need caffeine."
Your body's just like...
I was not having it. I don't know why. I was starting to get the headache and whatnot from not
getting your caffeine.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right. I was like, man, just, and I was like, man, so I downed that, and I was like, oh, that feels so much better. So, but as always, tonight's episode is brought to you by Are You Game? My store, the best store in all of Piqua, Ohio, for comic books, video games, magic cards, role-playing games, DVDs, toys. Mm-hmm. So, and you can check us out. We are on Facebook, and I put stuff up there. So if you ever see anything at the RU Game Facebook page, feel free to message us and let us know that you want it, and we can run credit cards and take PayPal and stuff like that. But you can come into the brick and mortar store at 124 North Sunset Drive.
Make sure to bring your mask.
Yeah. At 124 North Sunset Drive, Piqua, Ohio, 45356. And if you catch me on a good day, the only day I'm not there is Thursdays and Sundays because I'm closed. Mm-hmm. But, okay, tonight's episode. We had a lot of praise for the last episode. A lot of people really enjoyed our top 10 anime series. Mm-hmm. So we're going to do top 10 anime movies or individual one-shot OVAs. Mm-hmm.
OVAs, whatever you call them.
Yeah. So, because I actually have a couple of them on there. But I wanted to do something because we did this the other day and we talked about some of our favorite series and some of the live action stuff. I dug out the live action Guyver movie
with Mark Hamill.
Yeah, people think Mark Hamill plays the Guyver. Mark Hamill does not play the Guyver. Mark Hamill is the detective who helps the Guyver. And it's got a great, ironically enough, it has a freaking... The people that are in this movie, Screaming Mad George directed this. He did all the special effects.
And then there's the second one where a young upstart Solid Snake played Guyver.
Yeah, but what's funny about this is it's got Michael Berryman is in it as one of the bad guys. It's got Jimmy J.J. Walker from Good Times is one of the villains. And, oh man, I can't remember her name, but she's a Klingon, female Klingon, but she's in here too. I think it's Spice Williams, I believe is her name. But this movie gets no love, and this is a great movie. It is so just spot on. The worst part about it is they did tone down the gore because the Guyver can tend to be gory because he gets the blades and he cuts people in half and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But I freaking love this movie. And thanks to Jason Lindbergh, I finally got a copy of it on DVD. I need to finally get it on Blu-ray. But that is one I love. We talk about live action anime movies. This is probably my number one live action anime movie.
It's got Mark Hamill.
It's got Mark freaking Luke Skywalker Hamill in it. Or Mark the Joker Hamill. Or Mark
the Trickster
Hamill. Or Mark... oh my god.
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill, yeah. And I did find this. This is the Sorcerer Hunters OVA. The Chocolate Springs and other hot things. This is one of my favorite freaking animes is Sorcerer Hunters. I love this stupid movie. And if you can tell, that's one reason why it's not for kids. Because that is Tiramisu That's not even Chocolate. Chocolate's costume is much skimpier. So, very fan servicey. Very, very fan servicey. And
I probably shouldn't have been watching this when I was a kid.
No, I let you watch the regular ones. This one is the
Adult OVA.
The adult OVA. The series is toned way down. That's
because it aired on TV.
Yeah, that is PG-13.
That's R.
This is R. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, there we go. Those are my some of my favorites. I should
have on the list.
No, those are from last week. So I just want to talk about that.
All right.
But okay, the stipulations on this week's episode is it has to be an individual movie, but the individual movie can be part of a series, can spawn a series.
Or be part of a series.
But
it's a movie.
But it's a movie onto itself. Mm-hmm. We can't have like, like last week's was just the series with no movies. Even though we throw the movies in there because I'm sorry, Gundam Wing without Endless Waltz at the end, that's an incomplete series. Mm-hmm. But Cowboy Bebop without the Cowboy Bebop movie is still a complete series. Mm-hmm. Because that movie takes place between episodes, and it's
more of like a little addition that you can watch on top of Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, and then it's like
you don't need to watch the movie to have the full experience.
Yeah, and but that's the stipulations for today. We're actually going to give our I'm going to give our top 10. The bottom 10 will be just kind of like little overviews of those episodes. And then when we get above that, 5s, then we give our big whole spiel on why we love that anime.
I just wrote down 5 here because
I know for a fact that number 1 is number 1. Mm-hmm. Yes. So, okay.
Won't spoil it.
All right.
We won't spoil it, but you all at home know.
Yes.
You all at home know.
You know. Oh, and it has to be a Japanese animated movie. It has to actually be anime.
So what you're saying is Phineas and Ferb across
yeah. No, see, because I'm sitting here and I was going through some stuff getting ready for this, and I'm like, God damn. I wanted to throw the Transformers movie in on this. Mm-hmm. And those are going to be a later date. Mm-hmm. Because I'm sitting there looking at all these like stacks of animated movies I've got, and I'm like, I could totally throw that, but that's not
anime.
It's not anime.
It's not Japanese.
It's maybe made in Japan, but it's not anime.
It's not, as we would say in the 90s, Japanimation.
No. Japanimation was 70s, early 80s.
Japanimation.
Yeah, it's one of them things, but I'm going to give a couple honorable mentions to start off this episode. And these are Kill Bill Volume 1. Team Madhouse put the Oren Ishii backstory in all anime, and the fact
it's anime.
It's an anime, and
it's done in-house. It's done by Japanese animators.
Yeah, it's done by Japanese animators. It's the same people that brought us Hellsing and Devil May Cry, if I remember right.
I'm going to bring up some other honorable mentions of my own. Hold on. That pen sucks.
Here, try that pen.
There we go.
All right. But Kill Bill, the Oren Ishii, and the worst part about it is that's the severely cut down version. I believe there's like an hour-long actual full backstory like and that we haven't got yet. And it's done. It's finished. And I hope we get that eventually. Because they're supposed to release the Kill Bill Complete Collection. They said, we're going to get the whole bloody affair. We're going to get the extended cuts, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking that when we get Kill Bill Volume 3, that we might get everything. And because I guess that might be Quentin Tarantino's last movie he works on. Supposedly.
The Footman retires.
The Footman retires. Ain't nothing about that man if you don't like his feet. I like it.
People... One of my running jokes I have with Joe and Dad is the whole scene from crap. Dusk Till Dawn. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Where he's like, all right, So my character is this real messed up guy. He's a real psychopath.
He's
And
gonna
to show it. This woman's gonna stick her foot right in his face, and he's just gonna like.
He goes.
He's gonna slurp on that.
I wrote this movie. Robert Rodriguez, you directed this. I need Salma Hayek to put her feet in my mouth. That's how this is gonna work. And I'm like, I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Salma Hayek is 51 now. Still
looks good.
Still looks good. All right.
Then an entire scene dedicated to Uma Thurman looking at her own feet.
Well, the whole scene from Death Proof with the girls like got her feet up on the dash and sticking her feet out the windows and stuff like that. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay.
It's gotten to the point where even Leonardo DiCaprio's like, fucking man, Jesus Christ, calm down.
It's like you can.
I'm going to make a joke about it in public at this point.
We're like Quentin Tarantino. Stop putting feet in your movies. Just putting it out there. Hey, I understand.
Just leave that footage on the floor.
When I finally make my movies, there will be butts and there will be boobs because I like butts and I like boobs. But it's going to be there for the story. You don't need feet.
But
At least in Kill Bill, the whole feet thing, her staring at her feet, is her trying to will her feet to move
because
she was in a coma. I kind of get that, but all the other feet is just him just like
brazenly like,
yeah. He's like, I need some feet in this.
Just shove your toes in my mouth. Not even going to pretend anymore.
Nope. The fact that you want to think that Ethan Hawke is standing off scene going, no, and stay away from my daughter. And by the way, for those who don't know, Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman's daughter is the girl from the girl that works at the ice cream place in the last season of Stranger Things. The one who looks exactly like if you took Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke and slammed them together, you would have this girl right there.
The perfect fusion.
Oh, man. Okay. So we got Kill Bill. And then we have a whole section on feet. My next one is honorable mention.
The Animatrix.
Animatrix.
That is also done in Japan.
That is that's an in-house. Well, it's
easily. Animatrix is weird but great. It's bonkers.
The thing is that I was lucky enough that I went to the theater and I got to see two of them in the theater because they were airing all of the Animatrixes, from what I understand, were put before movies in theaters. Mm-hmm. So you got like the Final Flight of the Osiris, you got the Fall of Man, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. I got to see two of them in the theater. Sort
of like how Pixar has their little shorts.
Yeah. The one I got to see was the Final Flight of the Osiris and the training sequence with the ones that the people from Ninja Scroll did. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those.
I'll be right back. I gotta figure out what's the title of one thing I wrote down.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna give him, since he's taken off.
Well, I'm still over here.
He's over there. I'm gonna give.
Remember the title of a certain thing.
I'm going to give one of my other freaking. This is a new one. Is when I first really started getting into anime when I was like 15 or 16. Two of them that I found that I freaking loved was Maddox 01 Metal Skin Panic, which is an OVA. It's about a kid who.
If you don't have it on Blu-ray.
What?
I don't want to spoil it.
Oh. It's about a kid who accidentally finds a mech suit, and the wackiness that ensues is basically the military chasing this kid down, trying to get the mech suit
Give
back.
Give us back our classified technology.
Yeah. It's one of the ones that stuck with me because I really like the mech suit,
The idea of like a kid being up against like legitimate danger.
Yeah. The fact that this was like the legit army going to kill this kid to get the thing back.
It's like, whoa, you don't see this.
Yeah, and I didn't, because I mean, literally, like I said, this is one of my first big pushes into anime that was not, this the oddball stuff. And the other one is Black Magic 66. Black Magic 66 was.
Oh my God! Is that the?
That's Talking Tina. Yeah, or we got old commercials running in the background over here.
Got
So
Twilight Zone commercial.
But Black Magic 66 is great because it's these like the military pursuing these robots, these humanoid robots and stuff like that, and it is one of the ones that caught me, and I didn't know why I did that one. I'm sitting there. I was jotting down notes earlier today, and I screwed up, and I forgot one, and I put it back on there where it needed to be. So,
all right, you brought up some of yours. I'm gonna bring up some of mine. Honestly, the thing I was trying to remember, the Batman. It was released right around the time the Nolan movies were coming out. And was
Batman: Gotham Knights.
Yeah. Where it's Japanese animators taking on like their own original Batman stories.
Yeah, because it was the same people that I want to say did the Halo Legends,
which is also on my list.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there it is. Boom.
Because it's like
sorry about that. I didn't mean to bring that up on you.
But it's really cool and stylized. Like like I think one of my favorite stories is one of my favorite ones in that one in the Batman one is easily because it's Kevin Conroy's Batman, but it's meant to be like Nolan movie Batman, and it's in this sort of weird like it's their take of this Nolan movie Batman, but it's Kevin Conroy playing him, and it's awesome.
Oh yeah.
And one of my favorite ones is the first one. I can't remember its name, but it's the whole thing is that it's these kids hanging out, and they're all talking about like they've all seen Batman today, and they're all offering like their point of view of Batman. Like one kid talks about Batman being like this unstoppable shadow monster. Another kid talks about Batman being like this giant mech robot dude. And then at the end, a kid helps Batman, and he just sees Batman as, Batman.
Yeah, he just sees Batman. It is
Gotham Knight.
Yeah. Batman Gotham Knight, 2008 animated anthology.
Loose continuation of Christopher Nolan's
Batman Begins. Yeah, it's that one's really good. I like the whole concept.
Full of great stories.
Oh man, it is.
And they just let them go ham.
Well, the best part about it is I mean the shorts are written by David S. Goyer, Brian Azzarello, Greg Rucka,
Alan Burnett,
Jordan Goldberg, Alan Burnett. Yeah, and
giving it the nickname the
Bat Matrix. Yep, the 6 segments. Yeah, here you go. Here's the some of the directors. So, I've got a story for you.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
Yeah, Crossfire, Field Test, In Darkness Dwells. Yeah, Darkness Dwells.
Madhouse.
Yeah, look at this. Studio 4 Degrees. Production IG.
B Train.
Yeah, I mean that's Deadshot.
I love the Deadshot one.
Well, Madhouse is fucking phenomenal what they do with stuff, and ironically enough, Madhouse did Devil May Cry and Hellsing, and I did not want to go in thinking because I was like, man, I love Devil May Cry the video games. And then they did a great job on the Devil May Cry anime. So,
it's 100% canon.
Yeah, 100% canon.
Yeah, as confirmed by Devil May Cry 5. The anime is canon. Because Patty, a character from the anime, makes a voice cameo.
Yep.
In 5.
Okay, what's your next one?
Halo Legends.
Halo Legends. There we go.
It too was. It had, like, I think Toriyama's son worked on one of them. And Joe and I still reference that one with, there we go. Halo Legends. look up the directors. But it's
Directed by Frank O'Connor and Joseph Chu. Done by Studio IG, Toei Animations, Bones, B-Train, Warner Brothers, 343 Studios. Yeah, that's a great. It's
Shinji Aramaki, creator of Appleseed.
Yeah,
Project's creative advisor. There's like 3D anime. There's traditional 2D
I like
style.
the painting, the one that looks like the paintings.
Oh my god, where it's the elites, the Sangeli or however pronounced, but it's like inspired by the story, like old samurai stories, and it's like it's meant to be the story of the first arbiter.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of traditional Japanese style movies, and like the samurai style movies.
We got you
got the babysitter.
The duel is what it was called.
Yeah, the duel.
Follows an arbiter who does not want to follow the covenant religion.
Yep. The package, Origins.
Oh, the package is great too. Origins is great. Homecoming.
Prototype.
Prototype is really good.
Yep.
Odd One Out is the one I was talking about. Yep. Directed by Daisuke Nishio,
Yep.
It's a parody of the Halo-verse and not canon. It follows the adventures of Spartan 1337. It's very much Dragon Ball inspired. That's why I thought.
Well, yeah.
Bring up.
Is that X? Or is that just something you jotted down?
I jotted down, but then I was trying to.
Okay. Well, all right, we're gonna bring up the Animatrix real quick.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's directed by Peter Chung, who brought you Aeon Flux.
Yeah, Aeon Flux is classic.
Oh yeah, Final Flight of the Osiris. Oh, the Second Renaissance. 2-part short film directed by used bits and pieces of information. Mahiro Medea. I'm sorry, I'm hacking.
Hold on.
English.
Let me. Maeda.
Maeda. Ah, duh.
Because it's Maeda from Cromartie.
Yeah, Maeda from Cromartie. Why was it?
That's how you.
Kid's Story.
The one without a nickname.
That's a real good one. The Program. Oh yeah, The Program. That's the one that I liked. Let's see, World Record, The Beyond. Yeah, you really can't go wrong with Animatrix. And I actually, to be honest, I believe Animatrix is the second best Matrix movie. You know what?
Original Matrix movie, best. Animatrix, second best.
Yeah.
You think the new one's gonna be good? The Chowski sisters are returning.
I want it. No, it's only, they're both producing it, but only one's directing.
They're still working on it.
I have all the hope in the world for it.
It's got Keanu returning.
And to be honest, I think that if you would have took Revolutions and Reloaded and made them one movie, it would have been one really, really good movie. Because man, that car chase in the
car chase is fantastic.
That's stupid good. But then they introduce these characters that they don't use again, like the Ghost Twins and stuff like that. They're just they introduce these kind of cool characters, and then they just like whatever. So all right, so we're going to take a break, and then we'll be right back with
the big list.
With the big list. All right, so we'll be right back after these messages.
What's a snork?
It's,
We're the Snorks, and we're new tomorrow morning on NB Undersea.
That's NBC. Look, I got a McDonald's treat over here. Come on.
This year, help us make Halloween safe for the kids with McDonald's Trick or Treat certificates. Just buy a $1 book filled with 12 McDonald's dessert goodies to give as safe treats, and you'll get our jack-o'-lantern for the front door, so kids and parents will know where to find McDonald's safe treats.
There's another one.
So buy McDonald's treat coupons and get a jack-o'-lantern for your door.
Trick or treat!
And make this Halloween a safe and happy one.
This is the NBC Television Network.
Last time on The
Your assassination.
Martin!
You have something I want.
The antidote.
She took my last pill, Mike.
How will I know if you've killed Diana? I'll let you live. He's a problem. He's history.
Elizabeth.
She's going through a metabolic change.
I'm afraid you might be dead by now. The red dust.
I don't know why, but it didn't affect me or you. Our motherships and our skyfighters. How many are left in the Earth system?
Enough.
We now return to the Group Therapy TV podcast.
Already in progress. Okay. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
I was Well, you talked about the Animatrix.
Yeah, what's that?
Whoa, Angel! The Fatal Fury OVA.
Yeah,
that was like one of my first OVAs I remember watching as a kid.
I still have it on VHS, but it's at the shop and it's locked in a filing cabinet.
But it's like one of my earliest memories of like the Terry versus Geese fight.
I think I have all three of them.
I specifically remember like Terry gets hit like a big blow and he like bleh, and he pukes up blood after he gets hit.
Yeah, it's
like one of my earliest memories of watching OVAs. And it is awesome. It's Fatal Fury. It had Terry.
Alright. So I got Fatal Fury 2, and I believe I have 3. No, I got Fatal Fury Motion Pictures.
Fatal Fury the Motion Picture, that's what you want to pick.
And then, yeah. Okay.
There we go. Fatal Fury the Motion Picture.
Yep.
Garo Densetsu.
I legit, this is still set. Oh, yeah. Same continuity of the preceding 2 TV specials. Fatal Fury, Legend of the Hungry Wolf, and Fatal Fury 2, The New Battle. I still have all 3 of those sitting at the shop into my filing cabinet.
This movie shifts from arcade canon to all new storyline.
Yep.
So the OVAs are not canon to the games. They're still good in their own.
But they're canon to the animes themselves.
Yeah.
All right.
The biggest notable difference is that spoiler alert, Geese Howard does not die. Geese Howard in the games is dead. Geese Howard in the anime canon is not.
Alright. Here we go. My next one is the Cowboy Bebop movie.
Gotta have it. It's also like the guaranteed one.
Yeah, this is the one that I want to say this is one of the first ones I went back to the theater to go see. I like it. It wasn't necessary. It wasn't like finishing off a storyline or nothing like that, but it was good because the series had been over for a while.
It was just more Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, more Cowboy, which I would love more Cowboy Bebop.
They've got this grand universe. It doesn't have to be stories about Spike. It doesn't have to be stories about. I just want to see more of this great universe that they've created.
Yeah, I want to see more of the bounty hunters. The guild and stuff like that. Find out about more hunters and stuff like this. Just kind of be in that universe.
One of the things I love about Cowboy Bebop is that it is this great combo of grounded but also incredible sci-fi. Because they're just using regular ass guns.
Yeah,
like real life firearms. You can own Spike Spiegel's gun. It's called a Jericho something.
Yeah, and the fact is, realistically, there's just regular people in space.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're just, we have these scenes where we see these brief, one-shot, 5-second characters. There is so much love in where we just see the interior of their spaceship, and there's just so much character with all the clutter that's around them. And we only know them for 5 seconds, but we know everything we need to know about them just by looking at their ship. Oh, yeah. Just by looking at them. The universe is it's like if Cyberpunk and Star Wars had a baby.
Well,
that's a good way to put it.
The cool part about it is it's just it's could be on Earth, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's in space. It's going from planet to planet, but just the fact it's going from planet to planet doesn't really affect the story any.
Yeah, it's still a great story.
The story
got a great setting. It's a great story, great characters, cool ass animation, a great soundtrack.
Oh my god,
Cowboy Bebop has everything.
Yeah. But the only reason that this one is not higher on my list
It's just the obvious one.
it's just Cowboy Bebop. It's the movie. It could be just another episode of Cowboy Bebop. So I put that down on my number 10 on my list. But so all right,
my turn again. Up next, there's a lot of overlap.
Overlap. We'll mark off the overlap there,
and mark off the other overlap because this one's a more recent one, but it definitely counts. Dragon Ball Super Broly. That's a great movie.
You know, I did not think, because I love the original Dragon Ball Broly movies.
The original Dragon Ball OVAs over the years have gone up and down in quality. Metal Cooler is hard to go back to because it is very clearly made on no budget.
Well, see, I'm not a big fan of what Lord Slug. I'm not a fan of that one, but
it's just Piccolo too. It's just the story of Piccolo again.
But you get the ones you get the Bardock movie, you get the Origin of Trunks,
History of Trunks.
Yeah, History of Trunks, Origin of Trunks. Blah. But yeah, those are great, and
the really early Z ones are actually pretty cool. World's Strongest is fun. Because it's got one of the most, honestly, it's got one of the most iconic Kaiokens, or Kaiokens. It's supposed to be pronounced Kaioken. The early dub lied to you. It's supposed to be pronounced Kaioken. But it's got one of the, it's got where Goku's frozen in ice and he uses the Kaioken to break out of it. I gotta stand up for this.
Yep. Well,
there we go. Television specials or OVAs. There we go.
The educational programming.
Wait, no, that's the. Those are the. Hang on. That's playing do it right. Oh,
what'd you? Good job.
There we go. You just use your arrow keys here. Festival films. Here we go. Visa Despair. Three Great Super Saiyans. Right, those are the TV specials. Where are the movies? Strong. Oh yeah, the Japanese titles are great because it's just American got Curse of the Blood Rubies. Japan got Legend of Shenron.
We got we got those two are the same. Those two are kind of the same.
Return My Gohan became Dead Zone.
Strongest guy in the world became World's Strongest. Decisive Battle for the Entire Earth became the Tree of Might.
Super Saiyan Son Goku became Lord Slug.
Lord Slug.
The Incredible Strongest versus Strongest.
Cooler's Revenge.
Clash, the Power of 10 Billion Warriors. The Return of Cooler. Extreme Battle, Three Great Super Saiyans. Super Android 13.
Here's I love this one. Burn Up, a close fight, a violent fight, a super fierce fight. Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. Galaxy on the Brink.
The super incredible guy! But became Bojack Unbound.
Dangerous Duo, Super Warriors Never Rest became Broly, the Second Coming. Super Warrior Defeat, I'll Be the Winner. Bio Broly.
Rebirth of Fusion, Goku and Vegeta. Fusion Reborn. Dragon Fist Explosion, if Goku can't do it, who will? Wrath of the Dragon. The Path to Ultimate Power became The Path to Power. God and God became Battle of Gods.
Resurrection of F
became Resurrection
F.
And Broly is just Broly.
They didn't even try at that point. It was like, yeah, Broly, it's Broly, that's fine, fuck it. Everybody knows who Broly is. But yeah, they're about 50-50.
I think my favorite is the super incredible guy.
No. I'm going to go with Burn Up, a close fight, a violent fight, a super fierce fight, the Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. So,
but the Z movies are a category entirely their own. See, but except Super Broly, because Super Broly's the best because it's great, it's really good, it's awesome, it's cool.
I was going to put
canon, unlike the other movies.
Yep. Well, I was going to put some Miyazaki films on here, but I was like, no, we don't need
Everybody knows Ghibli. Everybody knows
everybody
Miyazaki.
knows that. So, okay.
Everybody knows Evangelion.
So you're going to erase that one. I'm not even out of my bottom 10 yet. My little my next one is Appleseed. I love Appleseed. This was one of the earliest ones I got into. This is back when all you could get was bootleg, but that was one of them. What was really cool was that when I was in high school, I had a friend who would go. She was from Japan, and every summer she'd go back to Japan, and she would make me a bunch of videotapes, and then bring them back and give them to me when I got back.
You had a cool ass friend.
Yeah, she was. But yeah, that was one of them. I love the whole concept of people, the cops, the police force with the because this kind of reminds me of a bit of what do I want to say, Ghost in the Shell, but I don't think it's on a Ghost in the Shell, but it was one, and it was also one of the first mangas I got into. I've still got a whole shitload of Appleseed mangas. All right,
up next, this totally counts. This 100% counts. The Resident Evil CGI movies.
Dude, those are phenomenal.
Those are great. Those are
good.
Funny. Like, the first one, Degeneration, is legitimately, like, it's one of my favorite pieces of Resident Evil media. I'm a total huge Resident Evil fan here. I love the classics. I love the new ones. I played Survivor, even. The weird light gun game that...
We didn't get a light gun for?
Yeah, the light gun is incompatible for it because Capcom chickened out.
Yep. No, I have played Resident Evil or Biohazard Gun Survivor.
Oh yeah,
the import, but yeah, that was fun. I actually enjoyed the shit out of that one.
Gun Survivor 2, you mean?
Yeah.
When it has actual light gun capabilities, it becomes a bit more of a fun game.
Oh yeah. I hate trying to. It sucks.
Light gun?
Yeah, light gun.
Oh man, this is awesome.
It's House of the Dead, but whatever.
Well, it's not even House of the Dead, because it's still a Resident Evil game, just in first person.
Yeah. But yeah, those live action, the animated Resident Evil movies.
The newest one that came out, Vendetta, is hilarious.
I love the fact that they're canon.
They're all canon, baby. One thing I found out that I did not know, there's a Resident Evil manga. Some of it's canon, some of it's non-canon. But yeah. Biohazard. I'm kind of glad Capcom is starting to embrace the old Biohazard, the Japanese name, like a bit more. Because like Resident Evil 7's subtitle is Biohazard in America. Mm-hmm. But in Japan, it's Biohazard Resident Evil.
Yep.
It's fucking genius.
Yeah, we got Resident Evil Degeneration, Resident Evil Damnation, and Resident Evil Vendetta.
And we're going to be getting Infinite Darkness.
Yep.
I'm not looking... You know what? I kind of am looking forward to the Netflix series because the leaked plot sounds so insane and so far removed from Resident Evil that it's just like...
Well, this is no different than the Resident Evil
live
action movies because I just...
Paul W.S. Anderson.
And I remember when they first came out, I was always convinced that they were going on simultaneously with the games.
Well, that first movie tries to be at least a little bit.
Yeah, then the rest of them, they're just like, nah.
Fuck it. I want my wife to be on screen all the time, and if my wife isn't on screen, all the other characters are asking, hey, where's Paul W.S. Anderson's wife?
My whole thing is that I don't...
Hey, where's Alice?
The worst part about it, I don't dislike the movies. I actually like the movies, but I don't consider them Resident Evil movies.
They're just so far removed.
Yeah.
Like the only thing, like...
It's alternate universe shit. It's parallel timeline.
Also, live action Wesker is hilarious.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. They got some really good actors to play some of them. I mean, the girl they got played Jill, I like her.
In that second movie, the girl they got to play Jill looks like Jill.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She puts an effort into it. There's clearly an effort in that second movie. They put a lot of effort in that practical Nemesis costume.
Mm-hmm.
They put a lot of effort into
I love the behind the scenes where he's trying to shoot that minigun from the hip and he keeps knocking him over. He's like, brrr, brrr.
Even blanks.
Dude's a big dude, and he's in that. But that thing you're not made to hold a minigun.
You're not made to hold a minigun one-handed.
And yeah, you're definitely not made to hold a minigun one-handed. But yeah,
the only exception is Arnie. And even then, Arnie had to hold it two-handed.
Yeah, and that's like watching Predator. There's no way you're holding Painless. Neither one of them guys are holding that big fucking gun. Which is funny because if you look real good on that, you can see the extension cord running up between Jesse Ventura's legs to the gun. Because the thing runs on a battery. Because it's made to be mounted on helicopters. So.
What? As much as I love the intimidating of a minigun, there's something also really powerful from the from like a 50 cal.
My favorite one so far, my favorite one now is the fully automatic grenade launcher. It's a boom boom. There's something cool. Remember when I was a kid, we had Gung Ho had the grenade launcher shotgun. Then you had Heavy Duty or a Hardball who had the grenade launcher,
the rotary.
Yeah, the rotary. And you're like, what? And then these things came to fruition, and now you're like,
well, the thing is, the China Lake is a pump action grenade launcher, and the Gung Ho's rotary grenade launcher. Well, they were always real. It's just you didn't know they were. Yeah. You didn't know they were real until you grew up.
Yeah, but now I'm like watching all these real weapons, and I'm like, man, we need G.I. Joe toys to go with these now. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm collecting the new G.I. Joe toys. Cool. Because they're just the old school toys being remade, but we need some really cool ones based on current weapons because they would look like G.I. Joe weapons now. So, all right. So we got the Resident Evil animated movies.
Watch them; they're all great.
Watch them.
They're short. They're sweet. It's the Degeneration. I think. If I am not mistaken, I think it is Allison Court's last time she played Claire before Capcom replaced her.
My whole thing is that I was almost got to see one of those in the theater, but it was like one of them days where I just couldn't get away. It was like on a Tuesday. All right, my next one is Mazinger Z Infinity. It is the end of the original run of Mazinger Z. After like 40 years, they finally put an end to the original Mazinger Z series, and this is the final movie. I'm throwing this in there because this is just my one of my bottom 10, but I love this freaking movie. The action is insane. I love Mazinger Z, so it is what it is.
It is the swan song.
Yeah, it's the end of the original Mazinger Z series. That was the original animated series from like the 70s. They finally finished it.
It's 10 years after the defeat of Dr. Hell and his underground empire.
So, but that is one of mine. You got to go check it out. You can pick up the Blu-ray really cheap. I think I paid $10 for that one, brand new. So, all right.
Gotta be nice to it.
Where's your next one?
I'm out.
You're out.
Because some of my other ones are repeats.
Some of your ones are repeat. All right, so
it's up to Dad.
We're going to go with my next one, Robot Carnival. Robot Carnival was one of the animes that I found by accident on TNT after Monster Vision. Monster Vision ended, and usually when Monster Vision ended, we would get Ultraman. Mm-hmm. So that's what time you knew it was over, was Ultraman came on. Well, one day I'm sitting there, and
Ultraman doesn't come on.
Yeah, this anime comes on.
And you're like, whoa, this isn't Ultraman, what the heck?
Yeah, and I'm like,
baby boy Paul.
Like 12. I was a teenager probably when I found it. I still live in Pickles. I was 87, so no, I was released in American theaters in 91. So yeah, I was an adult. But not adult, but I was. Yeah, one day I'm sitting there and I was like, what the hell? And I watched it and I'm like, Oh my god, this is great. Super dark. It's a bunch of shorts. It's definitely got it's got the opening ending. Franken's gears.
Deprive.
Yeah, a mad scientist tries to give life to his robot with lightning, like Frankenstein. Deprive was an alien invasion of robot foot soldiers attacks the city and kidnaps people. God dang it, I hate that stupid thing. Presence. What 2 segments features
intelligible dialogue.
Yeah, there's no real dialogue. There's music. But
it's so weird and stylized.
Super stylized. I mean, it's.
I do have something I want to bring up.
Okay, but yeah, go watch Robot Carnival. I believe it's on streaming for free on a few different. Hell, I think it's on Tubi. So go watch it on Tubi. So okay,
that's mine.
Go.
Bow. Break a thunder phenomenon.
Bow got me because of one thing. I thought Bow looks like freaking Nightcrawler. I mean,
well, Bow's Mate is the work previous to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure by Hirohiko Araki.
Yeah, most famous for his manga JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
It's great. It's ultra violent. It's stylized as hell. It's got a cool ass protagonist.
Oh yeah, I love
Bow himself is like, he's not like he's peak like weird because he's like a weird like virus monster.
Yeah, he's got blades that grow out of his arms.
He's got like acid,
and his
poison.
His face starts breaking
because his skin's ultra hard.
Yeah, and there's one scene where his his skin's growing over his eye and stuff like that.
Super it's cool as hell.
Bow is Araki's first series to display his signature amount of over-the-top gore. Literally, the series was adapted into a single episode OVA in 1989.
Distributed by Toho.
Oh, man. I love that. I think the worst part about it is God damn it.
Good job, Dan.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's still on.
It's still on.
Yeah.
There
you go.
Yeah, 17-year-old...
Ikuro Hashizawa is kidnapped and turned into Bow!
The bioweapon with superhuman strength and other abilities by Doris Laboratories. He escapes to help us. Sumi, a 9-year-old psychic girl.
The head sends various assassins and monsters to try and kill Ikuro in means of stopping the Bow virus from spreading and infecting the world.
Dude, I love Bow. That was one of the early animes I got into. But it was literally, we got it and it was one movie and I looked for it forever hoping that we would get more and we never did. So, but yeah, Bow.
Well, read the mangas.
All right. We talked about this one last week. We're going to talk about it this week. We're going to talk about... I talked about Devilman. I talked about... Because we already did it. We got Gonagai with Mazinger Z. We're getting Gonagai with Amon, Apocalypse of Devilman. Amon...
the Apocalypse of Devilman.
Is... I don't think we've ever gotten a legal copy of this anime. It's basically what
OVA adaptation.
Yeah. It is.
Oh, you hit back real quick.
Yeah, go back.
There you
go. All right. Loose adaptation of the first volume of Amon, Dark Side of Devilman was released, being based on the volume 1 of the manga. No other volumes were released at this time. It branches off in an
entirely different direction
as Amon gains control of Akira instead of Akira being in control of Amon. And it is brutal, violent. People that like the characters that you loved from Devilman are slaughtered. It's funny because I had a good friend of mine who was big into shock horror and stuff like that, and he did not watch any anime. And one day we were sitting there, and I put it in for him, and he's like, "What? This is anime?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, I need a copy of this. And we hurried up. I made a copy of it. It is super brutal. You'll probably have to find a bootleg. Like I said, I don't believe there's any legal versions of it out there, and I keep saying it. You got to find a bootleg. But if you're a Devilman fan, or if you like
over the top violence,
or you like horror or gore, you will love Amon, Apocalypse of Devilman.
The Dark Side of Devilman.
No, that's based on the manga. Yeah.
Well, it's sort of like a...
Yeah, because it's based on the first volume.
It's sort of like a what-if story.
It is, yeah. It's definitely a what-if. So, yeah. Sometimes translated into Apocalypse of Devilman. Mm-hmm. So, but that's my... That is my number one.
Illustrated by Yuki Nitani. Not worked on by Go Nagai.
Yeah. All right. You don't have another next one, do you?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm out. I'm out for real this time.
We've got a lot of the same ones up here. My next one is the new Captain Harlock computer-generated movie. Mind you, I love the original Captain Harlock, but that's a series.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Acadia of My Youth, which is actually a movie. But the new Captain Harlock computer CGI movie, I went in with that with no expectations. None.
You were going to be like, all right, let's see how this is good.
Yeah, literally, it was one of the ones where I was buying movies at the video store.
You were like, oh shit, they made a CGI.
And I picked it up for $1.
And you were like,
and I'm like,
let's check this out.
Shit, this is good. And it's literally, I think it's yet again, it's one of the ones that's streaming on like a shit ton of networks right now. I think you can go on Tubi. I believe it's on Tubi. I believe it's on a lot of those free streaming networks. Just go look for it. But it's the Captain.
Or pick it up for $1 at your local Walmart.
Yeah, if you can. Yeah, I think it's at Walmart. I think you can literally get it for like $5. But yeah, the new Captain Harlock CGI movie. Dude, it is beautiful. The animation's done, and it's funny because it looks realistic,
but it's still stylized.
But it's still stylized very much like the anime. They got what looks like realistic weapons and realistic ships, but then like they take the helmets off, and it looks just like the anime. And I love Captain Harlock. That's yet again what goes on one of the ones that I found when I was a kid that I didn't know what was anime yet. So that was when whatever. So,
up next,
Ninja Scroll.
Ninja Scroll,
the movie. Ninja Scroll was one of I was lucky enough to see in the theater. Nice. I've back in the day. I think I've said this before, but the
film.
Yeah.
Takes place in feudal Japan and follows Kibagami Jubei, a mercenary swordsman who battles the 8 devils of Kimon, a team of ninjas with supernatural powers who are intent on overthrowing the Tokugawa Shogunate. Shogunate 8. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is that Jubei is based on like a
real life.
He's like a Robin Hood type. Well, like he's based on a real character from actual Japanese mythology, actual character from their mythology. You know what I mean?
It was influenced by the works of novelist Futaro Yamada and Western spy fiction, with Jubei's character being loosely inspired by the historical figure Yagyu Jubei Mitsuyoshi.
There we go. I got to see this movie in the theater. I went to, like I said, the Neon used to run occasionally anime nights, and it was 3 movies. And this was one of them I got to see.
It's regarded by many as one of the most influential anime films ever made.
It is. It's brutal. It's
cited by the Wachowskis as influence on the Matrix franchise.
Yeah, it's
resulted in Kawajiri later contributing to 2 segments in the anthology film The Animatrix.
It's definitely not for the kids.
Do not let your baby boys watch this.
It's a hard R. It's brutal. It's violent. There's violence. There's rape. It's in there.
Death, destruction, slashing.
But it is such a well put together anime that it inspires so much other stuff. You know, literally, if we wouldn't have had Ninja Scroll, we would never have had an Afro Samurai. You know,
An Afro Samurai is great.
Yep. All right. But yeah, Ninja Scroll, the movie. The TV series is good. The movie is great.
Watch the movie.
Okay. We're getting into where it's really hard to do these three, the 2, 3, and 4. These can be intermixed. These are some of the best
These
animated.
are the as some people would say, the Godfathers.
Yeah, these are
These are the pantheon, the atop, the Hall of the Mountain King.
Yes. The next one is Ghost in the Shell. Yet again, it was one of the ones I found it when I was relatively young.
It's also been cited as the inspiration for The Matrix by the Wachowskis.
It is a stupid good movie. It's just a good movie. It's one of them things. It's 1995.
The original manga was like the guy who wrote it was like, yeah, I wrote it as an excuse to draw boobs, but the people who made the movie, he openly was like, yeah, this is elevated above my work. This is great. This is fantastic.
James Cameron loved it. But no, the best thing about it was yet again, this is one of the first ones I got to see in a triple feature at the Neon.
The magical year of 1995.
Holy crap. When there's the scene with her in the stealth suit fighting that dude in the water, and you would just see the flashes of her when she'd do the flips and stuff like that. I'm watching that on the big screen. Literally, this is the first time I'm seeing this movie. So this is, I'm 20?
The Major.
I'm literally 21 at the time, watching this on the big screen. And I'm like, holy crap. Hey, remember when you could actually get realistic looking guns as toys? So, it's a spike kit that actually worked. We're watching stupid kid commercials over here from probably the 60s. But this one blew me away. I'm sitting there watching this going, holy shit, this is awesome. You're
just like, what?
And when they start getting into the whole thing where it gets really kind of deep, and mind you, like I said, I was 21. I still consider myself a kid. And when they're getting like really metaphysical, like what does it mean to be human?
You're just like,
and you're just like, wow, oh wow, well, yeah. What does it mean? Can you be a complete? If you started out as human and you keep getting upgraded till you're essentially
a brain in a jar.
A brain in a jar. Are you still human? Are you still everything?
I would argue, like, if we're diving into it, as long as you can still think for yourself, I would argue yes. If you start losing your own identity, if like maybe some kind of programming starts taking over, then I would argue that at that point you are just. But if you are still in control of yourself, then it don't matter how much of you is robot.
And the fact that it was made from the anime from Masamune Shiro. He did a lot of animes that I loved back in the day.
There we go. Life and career. Major Manga Works.
Should have been
better known by his pen name.
Appleseed, Ghost in the Shell. That's why Ghost in the Shell and Appleseed are so close. Black Magic, Appleseed, Dominion, Tank Police, Orion. Yeah, that's some great shit. Right
he's the manga guy who worked on that.
Yeah, that's all good stuff. Dominion Tank Police is fun. It's got the Una Puma and Ana Puma, the Puma sisters.
Yeah.
But I cannot praise Ghost in the Shell, the animated movie, not the Scarlett Johansson movie that I own, by the way, because
you just want to own it.
Because I own it, and this is it. Boom. This is the worst part about it. This is the 25th anniversary edition, so this is a bit old, but that is the shit. That is an awesome series. I don't think you can go wrong. Even if you're not an anime fan and you're just a fan of action movies, watch this. This is a freaking great movie.
I've never liked the whole idea of like people looking down on animation. Like, if you look down on animation, fuck you.
Yeah. All right.
Like, if you try to like go, oh, animation's for kids, or you think less of something just because it's animated, I'm going to kick you right in your fucking balls.
The same people that talk shit about literally, I just got walk.
They talk shit about like any form of animation, like, oh, it's for kids, so I better.
The ones who
kick you right in your
are
fucking
the same
balls.
ones who have to run out to every Pixar movie and Disney movie because of that's who they are. But all right, okay.
Number two,
like I said, these 2, 3, and 4 are in no particular order. But here we go. Vampire Hunter D.
We own the PS1 game.
Yes. Vampire Hunter D is
it's weird.
It takes place like in the year 12,080. way in the future where it almost becomes the past.
It's like this weird gothic like.
Yeah, and it's
got a talking hand.
He can
literally tell you to talk to the hand
because his hand's got a face in it. I do love Bloodlust, the sequel, which took like another decade for it finally to come out. Yet again, early one, I got to see that in the theater. I'd actually seen it on a VHS tape, and then I went and seen that one in the theater because that came out in like '85. But Vampire Hunter D is definitely one that people will
watch it.
Yes, if you like horror movies, if you like gothic horror, if you like gore, if you like anime, if you
like being confused, if you like weird shit,
it is. Yeah, it was a 1985 horror OVA
produced by Ashi Productions.
Yep.
In association with Epic/Sony Records, CBS Sony Group, and Movic.
Yeah. In the year 12,090 AD.
Post-nuclear Holocaust world.
When basically monsters come back. Yeah. And it's the best thing ever is I love the vampire, the main bad guy vampire, because he's Count Magnus Lee. Because you can't go wrong with the last name Lee.
Probably, legitimately, he was probably named after Christopher
Lee. Yeah. But, and the fact is he's so blasé because he's so freaking old. He's 10,000 years old.
Fuck.
And
when
he's
you're
just
10,000 years old, you're just like, fuck it.
He's like, whatever. I'm
gonna.
There's a great scene where he's just like, and he's not worried about nothing. And then D shows up, and then he finds out, oh,
this D guy's so cool. Shit, I'm in actual danger.
This D guy is stronger than me.
Oh fuck.
So, all right, that is, and we are going to go with
number one.
This is actual number one. Number one, and I know this is bad because all I have is the Steelbook DVD of Akira.
You all knew this was coming.
Yeah.
This is what we were talking about earlier. You all knew this was coming.
Akira is... Yeah, it's funny because the manga series is long, and there's a lot of it there. But the animated movie is just...
It's the perfect movie.
It is like it's the perfect anime movie.
It's a perfect movie. It is just in general a perfect movie.
You can take and it's got character development. It's got
everything you want. It's a story of friendship. It's a story of fighting oppressive regimes. It's a story about it's the idea like it is Japan's post-nuclear fears once more, just like Godzilla.
It's great because yes, you get Akira, who doesn't even show up technically in the movie. Akira is gone past. Yeah. I'm not gonna put. He's.
If you somehow have not watched this movie,
where have you been for your entire? Especially if you watch anime If you watch anime and you've not watched Akira, you are a horrible, horrible anime fan.
If you've seen, that's Akira.
Yeah, him sliding it. That's Kaneda, right? Or Canada. Depending on which version of the see, I still have a VHS copy, and this copy have different voice actors.
Well, it's because I think Johnny Young Bosch became the go-to dub voice for Kaneda.
It's Canada, but it has the great bike. It has the
Get off my.
It has one of the best soundtracks out there. Literally,
it's got a sick soundtrack.
I own it on
last animation.
I own it on vinyl.
He owns it on vinyl.
I own it on vinyl, and I think I own it on DVD too.
Oh shit!
Rock'em Sock'em Robots. What's great is the only thing I don't own this on is I need to get a Laserdisc, and I need to get the Blu-ray special edition.
We need to own every version of this.
What was bad is when the original Blu-ray dropped, it didn't have the special features and stuff that this one had.
So you want that? You want them sweet special features?
Yeah, because you had.
You even got the old little.
I even still got all my paperwork in there, but yeah, there's the secondary supplemental disc. I even got my little disc thing, but yeah, this shit is awesome. Akira, #1 anime movie, all time, hands down, done.
You might argue it's basic bitch taste to have it at #1. But really, who else could have been #1?
There's a reason why it's #1.
There's a reason why if you know anime, you know Akira. There's a reason why there's a reason why Hollywood's like, well, we gotta make our own Akira that sucks.
They keep trying over and over and again because it was originally was it going to be the live action one was going to be goddamn, it was going to have like Leonardo DiCaprio and like Tobey Maguire in it at one point. So, like, holy shit, this is the bomb. It is one of the best anime movies.
It is #1. There is no question.
There's a reason why it was when all other animes were being put aside. This is when I got to see this in the theater. And again, it's one of the reasons why stuff, even when all the other animes were hard to find, you could go to like Kmart and buy a copy of Akira on VHS tape.
Akira was so good, it made people want to localize it.
Mm-hmm.
That it was hot. It made money. It's great.
Yeah, because it was Cam Clark, and then it was Kaneda. Now it's
Cam Clark.
Yeah,
he's the voice of fucking Liquid Snake in Metal Gear.
Yeah,
Metal Gear Solid.
Tetsuo was Stanley Gerd Jr. and now he's Joshua Seth.
Is Wendy Lee.
But yeah. So you got Takashi #26 and Masuro was they're both by Cody McKenzie now. But they were Bob Burger and Bob Burger. Which is Bob Burger.
Bob Burger.
Bob Burger. Bob Burger did a lot of voiceovers.
Bob Burger.
For Bob Burger did a shit ton of voices in this one.
In the original dub.
Same way with Stanley Gerd.
Stanley Gerd Jr.
But no, there's the reason that Akira is the best anime movie all time, hands down, done, end of story. And I know you will go to the comments and people can complain. You can go to our Facebook page and complain. You can go. So, all right, but that is
our list.
That is our list for tonight. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, I'm going to do my comic book reviews, and
I'm going to scoot because I don't read I don't read a whole lot of comics.
He don't read comics. He's too good for that. So
well, I'm too busy playing video games. Yeah. If this had a video game review segment, I would be all over that.
You can do a video game review. I'm not going to say you can't. Just bring it down and tell me what it is. So
I'll probably just review games I've played, not just ones I've recently played, though.
Yeah, tell people which ones you need to play.
If you want to hear me talk about video games, Comments.
Comments.
I probably won't read them. Dad will have to tell me.
Tell me, yeah. What's funny is we get like comments going, "Great show, guys," or stuff like that. So hey, I'm all for that.
Dad reads them.
Yeah. And then I get the ones who people just tell me that they like them when they come in the shop.
Yeah.
So all right.
Live comments. I'm gonna scoot by everybody. Listen to Dad talk about comics.
Okay. What's up, Lucy? All right. And we'll be back after these messages.
A strange planet. Mutant men and giant insects struggle for control in a land divided. Prince Dargon must defend the Shining Realm against the forces of the evil Spitrax. The Sectars are coming, and they're beyond your wildest dreams. Sectars.
The adventure begins Monday at 4:30, right here on WCIX Channel 6.
Look, the Stratagons! Look, the aerial bots! Only the Stratagons! Only the aerial bots have this kind of teamwork. Stratagons attack! Aerial bots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Stratagons, the Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers!
Nobody can stop Minosaur! That's Superior!
The Transformers, sold separately from Hasbro.
And we are back. My cat's being noisy over there, so ignore that. Now we're going to do my comic book reviews. So, number 1 is Crossover from Image Comics. And this is such a fun book. It's what happens when the comic book universe spills into the real universe. And you think it's going to have, like, Superman and the Avengers and stuff, and it has, like, Image characters and that's right, Madman. I am digging it. I'm loving to see where this whole story is going to go. I love the fact that the people from the comic book universe have the dots so they look like people from the comic books, and the other ones don't. So, but Crossover is fun. I cannot stress how good this book is so far. The other one is Tarna from Heavy Metal. It expands on the little snippet that we got in the original Heavy Metal movie. This gives her whole gives her like fleshes her out, gives her character and stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed with issue 3 only because one, Patrick Pickwa's own Patrick Zurcher did not do the artwork on it. But it's still a good book, and it's still got good artwork. I'm not gonna lie. It's I love this book. I can't wait till next month when we get the next issue. But it is brutal. It is very in keeping with her Heavy Metal roots. I mean, Heavy Metal Comics puts it out, so I cannot say enough about that. I don't want to give nothing away. You just need to read Tarna. Even if you're going to wait because issue 3 is out now, so you're going to get 4. Wait till you get the trade. Won't be. My next one is Stray Dogs. I love this little disclaimer. My favorite thing about comics was when someone shows you something you didn't know you needed. Secret Life of Pets meets 7. Stray Dogs. This is like, it is definitely like, it has a Disney feel to it. It's got that Disney style art, but there is a horror story lying deeper, and it is one of the most beautifully bizarre things I think I've seen in a long time. The fact is that we got a Silence of the Lambs cover. The next issue is going to have a Pet Cemetery cover. But yeah, Stray Dogs. You definitely need to read that. You need to go find Stray Dogs. I think that book's going to be hot. Next book, Two Moons. It is a horror comic that takes place during the Civil War, where there are monsters and what looks... You don't get a real know on what they actually are, but I am digging it. First issue's done from Image Comics. I don't even know how to explain it because there's supernatural monsters existing while the Civil War is going on, and they're on like both sides. So I cannot stress enough how good that book is. You should be reading Two Moons. All right, now here's my hurry up, and these are DC books that do not drop until next Wednesday or Tuesday, depending. This is the beginning of the Infinite Frontier books. This is where DC's after post Future State. We got Infinite Frontier Swamp Thing. This, I think, takes back to his horror roots. It definitely has the whole 1980s Swamp Thing feel to it. I am really digging this one. Just the first issue so far, and it's got me hooked. It's got hooks in me because I want to keep finding out what happens. All right, next is Crime Syndicate of America. Welcome to Earth 3. I am a total sucker for Crime Syndicate, and I love the Evil Justice League. I can't say enough how good this book is. It is what it is. It's good. So far, I mean, literally, it's one issue of a 6-issue miniseries. I hope it continues. Next one is Suicide Squad #1. I know what you're saying. Another Suicide Squad #1. Yes. But this is... It is brutal. I mean, it delves more into the building of the team. It delves more into Amanda Waller. It just digs into a lot more stuff. So, goddamn, stupid cat. Ignore it. All right, then we got Infinite Frontier Zero. And for those who don't know, this is like what takes place, and it acknowledges a lot of what's going on. You find out just how kind of badass Wonder Woman is because she essentially elevates herself to like cosmic level. But that is a one-shot, definitely should read. And the last book of this one is the Batman 106 Infinite Frontier. Basically, it sets up a new, almost Batman family team book. And different takes on a couple characters. But I was never a big Batman fan until the current run of Batman. And I thought, I'll just keep it till issue 100. And I just keep going on and on and on. I don't think Batman is probably one of the strongest DC books there is right now. And it continues to be strong. So, but that is done for my reviews right now. I want to say again that we are giving away a copy of a brand new copy of DC's Metal trade paperback to when we hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. And we get that, we're going to pick one subscriber at random, and they win a free book. When we reach 100 subscribers on Podbean, we are going to give away a copy of Road to Metal, hardback, special edition, brand new, sealed, to one lucky subscriber. And then we are also going to be giving away a copy of Uncanny X-Men Volume 1, hardback, trade paperback, to when we hit 500 followers on Twitter. So one lucky subscriber or one lucky follower will get a free book. So remember, like us, follow us, share, hit the bell notification. We're getting a lot more people listening to us lately and checking us out. So we just keep growing a little bit. But the best thing is to keep letting us know what you like and what you don't like. But remember, you can follow us. You can watch us on YouTube. You can listen to us on Podbean, Stitcher Podcast, TuneIn, Pandora. We are. It's easier to say that I don't know. I don't think we're on Deezer Podcast, and we're not on a couple other ones. But pretty much wherever you listen to podcasts, we're there. If not, let us know, and we'll see what we can do to be put on where you listen to podcasts. So please check us out. And hopefully I will have next week. I'll be doing this one, and it should be my new series, Saturday Morning Serials, where we look at Saturday morning cartoons. So stay tuned for that. And I just want to say good night, everybody. Take care. And remember, we're not licensed therapists. Good night.